Okay, sir will take yesterday's newspaper current affairs and also security management one topic. Okay, so please cooperate for the demo. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Basraj. So I'm going to take current affairs in part one. In part two, I'm going to talk. Sir, okay. Yes, okay. So in part two, I'm talking about security issues from GS3 IAS main syllabus. From yesterday's newspaper, The Hindu, I found there are three important topics for Prince point of view. Number one, Defense Acquisitions Council. So can I use Kannada some bit somewhere? Is it okay? Okay. So Defense Acquisition Council. So if any question from this topic for UPSC, it is in prelims only, not in case of mains. So how to read Defense Acquisition Council as far as prelims point of view? So we need to cover 3 to 4 important dimensions of this topic. Firstly, this is formed when Cargill Review Committee report in 1999 after the Cargill War under the Atal Bihari Vajpayee Prime Ministership. So this Cargill Review Committee has recommended to establish Defense Acquisitions Council. First point, this is very important. They can give in one option. So this is established on the recommendation of the Cargill Review Committee. So it came into force in 2001. So considering the recommendations of the Cargill Review Committee, government has established this council in 2001. This year is very important. So this is one point. Second, head of the council. This council is headed by the defense minister, not prime minister, not NSA, National Security Advisor. This is very important point. So headed by the chairman of this committee, this council is defense minister. So next very important point as far as this topic is concerned, aims or functions of this council. Aim or functions of this council. So its name indicates that defense acquisition. So in case of acquisition of the defense equipments and other infrastructure, other infrastructure materials, this is the council which is going to take the decisions. So for example, Arjun tank. Okay, this is yesterday. Day before yesterday, this council has taken the decision as far as Arjun MK1A tank is concerned. Meanwhile, if we talk about any these kind of prelims point of view, topics, we should do the ministry, concerned ministry. So this comes under the Ministry of Defense. So in 3 to 4 dimensions, we need to cover topics which can appear in prelims. Okay. So I hope this is clear for everyone. If you have any doubts, you can ask me now on this topic. Sir, any doubts? If any question in pre about this topic, so these are the dimensions. Is it clear? Shall I move forward? So one more very important topic from yesterday's newspaper, The Hindu, is Indradhanush 3.0 version. Okay, so this comes under the schemes sections of the UPSC syllabus. So when we talk about schemes, we need to remember the ministry first and the foremost, ministry of this topic. Then aims or targets of this scheme, of any scheme. Thirdly, the beneficiaries of that scheme. So in these three angles, we need to cover any scheme which is by the government of India. Okay, na? So as far as Indradhanush 3.0 version is concerned, so it's a vaccination program. Okay, vaccination program established in 2014 under the name of Mission Indradhanush. This 2014 is very important. They will give direct year 2014 like 2016 like that. You should know the year is very important of a particular scheme. Okay, which was established in 2014. Again, what was the aim of this mission when it was established in 2014? That to fully immunize the unvaccinated or partially vaccinated children, those who are not covered previously in different schemes of vaccination. So this mission targeted those partially vaccinated or unvaccinated children, especially children and pregnant women. Next is that, yeah, 2 years, ma'am. Yeah, I'll come to that point. Up to 2 years, not below 2 years. So then point number 3 in this is ministry. As I told earlier, ministry is very, very important. Ministry, Mission Indradhanush comes under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So this is the background of this Indradhanush 3.0 version. Why we call it 3.0? Because it was established in 2014 under the Mission Indradhanush. So Indradhanush 3.0 version is established by the government because for last 1 year, because of COVID-19 and the lockdown effects, there were many cases who are unvaccinated or partially vaccinated in case of urban areas, usually in urban areas. To vaccinate those uncovered children and pregnant women, this is very important. Pregnant women and children, to cover them. So to cover them, this Indradhanush 3 has been established. I hope you got the message of this Indradhanush 3. So rest of the things like ministry and the established year, if they asked established year, they will ask 2014 only, because this is, so the Indradhanush 3 will come under the Mission Indradhanush. So before this, there is one more important concept: intensified Indradhanush mission. Intensified. The keyword is intensified. Okay, intensified. So as ma'am marks that it is targeted less than 2 year children and pregnant women. So this is called as intensified. So particularly those who are unvaccinated or partially vaccinated, to cover up them, this has been established. I hope this Ms. Indra Dhanush is clear for you. And if you have any queries, please ask me. Is it clear? Pardon, ma'am?
Why is it called 3.0?
Ma'am, it's like a series of initiatives. It just indicates the series of initiatives. Then inquiries. Shall I move forward? So UPSC is also interested in asking the questions as far as international organizations is concerned. Last year 2023 there was a question on G20. Okay, usually they give member countries in the options, who are the members and who are not. So G20 question was very tricky, and it's very difficult to eliminate the options. So most of my friends got it wrong. When we know the members of the international organization, so we'll definitely answer those kind of questions. So in case of international organization, they'll ask direct question like G20 in 2020, and they have a habit of asking these international organizations in options. They'll give one like option A, B, I mean 1, 2, 3, and in any one of them they'll give so international organization. So this is the nature of questions. So yesterday's newspaper there was a grouping called G7. G7. So we should study what's the nature of the organization. When we come to international organizations, we should study nature of the organization. So G7 is an economical organization, economical oriented organization, economic developmental organization in the world. Once we know the nature of the organization, then this will help us to eliminate the options in the pre-questions. Usually UPSC will give nature of the question is different nature of the question, I mean different nature of the organization. So this is an economical, okay. They might give military is an option. So this one is a military organization, like that. So once we know G7 is an economical, just to easily eliminate that option. Okay, once we eliminate, approximately we'll be left with one or two options, then we can finally arrive to the answer. So that we should know the nature of the organization. Then members of the organization is most important. Members of the organization. Is India a member of G7? No, India is not a member of G7. Is Russia? Russia, yeah, it was G8 actually. When Russia, conquered Crimea, and then it is out of this grouping. So then it became G7. So probability of giving options, part of the members, either India or Russia, because it was once a member. So once we understand this, then we should know the members. Who are the members of this G7? Okay, for this I have a code to remember. CJI, you can remember as Chief Justice of India, just for remembrance. Then UK US, UK US GF. C stands for Canada, J Japan, I Italy, UK United Kingdom, US United States of America, G Germany, F France. So from this mnemonics, we should remember easily. Is it okay? If any queries, please ask me. So I found these three topics are very important for a pre-point of view from yesterday's newspaper. So if we get into some analytical topics which are very important for mains, and UPSC is always ask these kind of questions either in GS 1, 2, 3, either in GS 1, 2, and 3. So I found clean source of energy is very important for mains point of view. Clean source of energy. We call it as clean source. We should understand the meaning of titles. Clean source. Clean means what? There should be meaning behind that before giving title. Clean. So here clean means it should not affect environment, or it should be environment friendly. This is the meaning of clean air. When we use some source as as energy resource, that should be clean. And also the emissions of those kind of sources must be clean in terms of greenhouse gas emission. They should emit as much as less as it could be to avoid the greenhouse gases. Since this is an issue we are facing global warming, so that this clean source of energy is very important, and it is the future energy also. Future energy. Then, for instance, here one thing I would like to tell you, we should define the term in case of mains examination by introducing the definition of this clean source of energy. So it's an economic friendly, environment friendly energy which emits almost nil of the greenhouse gases. So therefore it's called as clean source of energy. This is the definition. Should also mention the example of clean source of energy. Example. For example, solar energy, the clean source of energy. Almost all renewable energies are clean source of energies. Is it clear? We understood the what is the meaning of this energy and examples. Then why should we go for clean source of energy? This is the big question before us. Why should we go for clean source of energy? Tell me anyone or two reasons why should we go for clean source of energy? Yeah, of course. Then
Carbon emission should be.
yeah, man, very good point.
Global warming.
Yes, sir. Since yes, ma'am. Since 67% of the energy in India is made by the coal-based thermal power plants. 67%. So to have this energy, we need high-grade coal, which is India is deficit of this high-grade coal. So therefore, we are importing it from Indonesia and Australia. Clear? Then this coal-based thermal power plants are emitting greenhouse gases, especially CO2, and also SO2 and NO2, nitrous oxide and sulfur oxide. These two gases will form the acid rain. Again, it will become a pollution. So based on these two strong reasons, we should go for clean source of energy. Clear? Why should we go for clean source of energy. This is the one reason, main reason. And yesterday's newspaper, I mean, that person who wrote that article was usually, was actually emphasizing on the uh, oil import. Okay, oil import. So petrol and diesel, the prices, it's all-time high. All-time high. So in order to decrease this prices, we need to bring down the oil import as much as we can in the near future. Okay, so therefore it's need of the hour to go for clean source of energy or renewable source of energy. This is why we need to go for this kind of energies. Is it clear? So I found these are the two very important reasons to go for a clean source of energy. If you have doubts so far, like any queries, please ask me so far of this topic. Then India is tropical country. We have rich resources of clean source of energies. Yeah, solar. First point is solar. Second is wind energy. Then biomass. So we can quote these three important terms. Okay. So these are the clean source of energy we should aim at. Then there are peripheral reasons. I mean peripheral advantages are also there. Like it will give employment. It will reduce poverty. Yes, it will reduce poverty. So these kind of advantages are also there. So UPSC will give this kind of options in the question paper of pre. Especially they aim at improving the employment and also poverty. So in these two countries they can ask the questions. Okay. Then is it easy to achieve clean source of energy? Is it easy? No, it's not easy. There are challenges. So challenges is at different levels, from institution level to individual levels and infrastructure. So there are numerous challenges we are facing today to go for renewable energy resources. So one thing I tell you, if in case of means writing, we should mention different dimensions that should be comprehensively covered. For example, if I covered human resources, infrastructure, then government policies. So your answer is comprehensive. You'll get good marks. This is what I believe in. So in writing challenges, if I should mention all these three dimensions. And under the head of human resources, we have very poor skill manpower. Okay, this clean source of energy is very decentralized. Even in a village also, you can establish this kind of small plants. It's very much possible. But adequate human resources is not available. If you go to village, you'll find very poor or semi-skilled persons or laborers. Those are not required for this kind of clean source of energy or very technical works. So this is the main challenge we are facing. Secondly, it requires a lot of investment. So usually, government is is having deficit with funding. So we are moving to privatization of private players to come into play. And we have population is increasing continuously, and also demand is rising. About 15 crore people in India are not getting energies. No, I mean energy one or the other way. So this shows the demand of the energy in India. And also we are aspiring country we aim at $5 trillion economy by 2024. So in order to achieve all these targets, we need energy, but we are having these kind of challenges. Okay, so to so these are the 2 to 3 important challenges we are facing. Meanwhile, there are small and other peripheral issues are also there. So okay, these are the challenges. Then what are the steps taken by government with respect to this kind of energy resources? Actually, there was a question in 2019 mains of UPSC of this kind of decentralized energy resources. See, when we think and analyze ourselves, okay, then we'll get to know what kind of questions may ask in UPSC. We should think, not read less, think much. I mean, think more. This is what is UPSC is expecting from us. So when you think, you can answer any question, but when you read, you will answer only that question. When we think and write, then probably can answer any question of this kind of angles. Okay, then there are numerous steps taken by the government of India and state governments. Numerous steps. Ma'am, as you told, International Solar Alliance under the Paris Agreement in 2015. This is very big step taken by the government of India in partnership with France. International Solar Alliance. And we are also establishing solar parks in different parts of the country. One example is that in Tumkuru district, Pavagada, okay, where we have established solar park of 2 gigawatt capacity. And also we have a different policies at the different levels of the government, among which national biofuel policy, biofuel from biomass. It's a renewable source of energy, biomass. This point is very important for pre point of view. Biomass is a renewable source of energy. So you got the points. Okay, we should know these 3 to 4 points as challenges and steps taken by the government for a particular topic. So we have like doing all this, we are doing all these things, but still we are not able to achieve the target. Okay, so there should be some way forwards to achieve this target. Like being an administrators, we're going to at the different higher level post in the administration. We should know what should be the way forward. So this is general topic. So you tell me any 2 to 3 important way forwards we can do our best. We should speak each other, then it's comfortable. Like I can tell you the information, that's not no matter, but when you think and tell us, when you think and tell, then you will remember forever. That's what.
All the vehicles that are not fuel can gradually be converted to electric vehicle.
Sure, that's one, madam. That's being taken under the FAME 2 scheme. True. Then so that madam, actually that emphasizes on fuel efficiency and clean source of energy, that is electrical energy. Yeah. Then that actually implemented in some parts of the country only, but we need to take it to all across the country. So especially in different cities where more vehicles are there. Yeah.
That should be started from that place and gradually.
Yeah, that should reach to village, from Delhi to village. Okay, then it's comprehensive. Yeah, then to achieve this clean source of energy, we need to go for energy base. Energy base must be expanded. So energy base means solar energy, wind energy, geothermal energy, biomass, and etc. Okay. So as far as wind energy is concerned, Gujarat and Tamil Nadu, they are at the forefront. But this is, since it's a decentralized energy, we should aim at reaping results out of it. So energy base must be expanded. This is the key term. Then efficiency, fuel efficiency, or energy efficiency, that should also be taken into account. For example, we need to go for a smart grid. Smart grid will have more energy efficiency and less losses. So therefore, we should go for fuel efficiency. Okay, I found these 3 points are much relevant today to go for clean source of energy. And so when we explained this topic, I explained in the manner of writing the main answers. Then it would be very appropriate. Then it would be very appropriate as to learn the things. Okay, then we should conclude it. So we should conclude it by energy security. So the aim of this whatever we do with respect to energy it should provide energy security to one and all. So then only India is inclusive. Inclusive development is achievable. Okay, so we should mention energy security in your conclusion point, one or the other way. So this clean source of energy topic is over.
Sir,
Yeah,
can you explain the number and energy base? I didn't get it.
yeah, energy base. It's a base, okay.
You're
So
saying the manufacturing thing or
no. We should go for different forms of energies. Energy base means different forms of energies. For example, we are more inclined towards solar energy. Okay, so we should also emphasize on the other forms of energy called like wind energy, okay, geothermal and biomass.
we need to change the way of using
No. We should optimally use solar energy. Meanwhile, we should also focus on other forms of energies. Ma'am, actually, biomass is very much available in India since 69 around 60% of the people are living in rural India. One or the other way, they engaged in agriculture. So biomass is very much available. We should make use of it. So therefore, it's need of the hour to go for energy base expansion. Is it clear, sir? Yeah. Then any questions? Any questions, please, if you have. Okay, let me take one more general topic, but very important for UPSC pre and mains point of view. So that's infrastructure. So you are all aware that what is infrastructure? We experience every day. So basic facilities which will enable us to live, smooth life or sustainable life is called as infrastructure according to the World Economic Forum. This is very important. Anyone can say that this is called as infrastructure, but if we mention World Economic Forum, the answer is weightage. Your answer will get more weightage. There is a report, Global Competitive Index. I think this is the question in 2018 prelims, IAS prelims. I don't know exact yet, but this was once a question in UPSC prelims. World Economic Forum, releases Global Competitive Index, in which good quality index, good infrastructure quality, we got at 17th rank. We're at 17th rank, 70. Quality infrastructure rank. Is it clear? Then we should also mention what is the example. Example is road infrastructure, okay, hospitals, schools, and etc. Why need we infrastructure? Why need we infrastructure? This is the next question. Answer me, anyone of you.
Development of the country,
Yeah.
for better living standards of the people.
Yes. So there we can minimize the poverty. Better living of standard means minimizing the poverty. Poverty is main concern of the government of India. Yeah. Next. Connectivity will improve from infrastructure like roads, railways. Connectivity will improve. Then it will give employment. And also very important topic, urbanization. Urbanization in general, for overall development, we need infrastructure. So this is why we need infrastructure. Again, the main elements of infrastructure. Different types of infrastructure. So as far as social developments are concerned, we need health, education, and skill developmental infrastructure. This is very basic to anyone. So thereby, who can reap the human resources. So this is the funda of social infrastructure. So under the infrastructure topic, social infrastructure is very important. Then economical infrastructure. So if you think of sectors of economy, primary sector, so agriculture, where we need agriculture infrastructure, especially roads and storage systems, to mention a few. Then secondary sector and tertiary sector, wherever we go, wherever we engage in economic activity, we need infrastructure. So this comes under the economic infrastructure. So apart from these two, urban infrastructure is very important. Since 30% of 31% of the Indian population living in urban area, and they're contributing about 65% of the GDP. They're contributing around 65% of the Indian GDP. So it's called as engine of economic growth. Urban. So urbanization, again, it's infrastructure matter. Infrastructure. I think I'm very clear to make you understand about infrastructure and what is infrastructure and its basic concept and different dimensions of it, and so basic aspects of it. So if you have any queries with respect to infrastructure, please feel free to ask. Okay. Road infrastructure is very important. Okay, I will take it forward. Road infrastructure is very important, under which there are different models are there. Different models, we call them PPP model, public private partnership model. Among them, first one is BOT, build operate and transfer model. Second one is EPC model. EPC. Then HAM, hybrid annuity model. So there was a committee called Vijay Kelkar. He recommended to go for PPP model to achieve our intended targets towards infrastructure. So based on his recommendation, Government of India has taken numerous measures to go for these kind of models. Okay, actually we need to discuss in detail about BOT, EPC and HAM model, but I'm deficit with time. I need to cover two more important topics from secretaries GS3. Okay, so just I mentioned this, these three models, and let it be now. Then there are challenges to achieve, infrastructure challenges. Challenges means PPP model is very risky and it's burden with private players. So therefore they are not willing forward to engage in this kind of activities. And also there is an issue called land acquisition. To develop, land is must. To develop any infrastructure, land is must, but land acquisition is the issue. And environmental clearances are not available at the right time. So these are the core challenges actually we are facing as far as infrastructural models are concerned. So to overcome all these kind of infrastructural problems, Government of India and other state governments have taken numerous steps. Tell me anyone recent important steps taken by the Government of India. If you have, yeah, madam. National infrastructure pipeline, 102 lakh crore. Is very huge budget. This aims at different infrastructure developments, and actually we need $2 trillion. $2 trillion. $2 trillion to achieve infrastructure by 2030. Okay, in the next 10 years, we need $2 trillion economy. In that, to achieve that, national infrastructure pipeline is the steps taken by the Government of India. Is that okay? And National Infrastructural Investment Agency. National Infrastructure Investment Agency. This was a prelims question in 2017. IAS prelims. National Infrastructural Investment Agency. So different steps taken by the Government of India has led to improve our ease of doing business ranking. We ranked at 63rd. We ranked at 63rd. And fourth important point is we are adopting HAM model, hybrid annuity model, instead of going for BOT and EPC model. Okay. Sorry. HAM, hybrid annuity model. Actually, Government of India is promoting HAM model instead of going for BOT and EPC model. Pardon? Sir, please. Not getting. Hybrid annuity model. You need full form, sir. Yeah. So therefore, I'm not. Actually, I need to explain BOT, EPC, and HAM in detail, but because of paucity of time, I'm not able to get into deeper. Okay. Okay. This is overall idea of the infrastructure, and so if I conclude, or if we conclude, so overall aim of this infrastructure development is for inclusive development of the country, or Sarvodaya Gramodaya of the concept of Mahatma Gandhi. When we by bringing this kind of infrastructure, we need to have inclusive development. So a key term is inclusive development. So one or the other way, we should bring this concept in our conclusion, so that will be more meaningful. And also there is a goal called SDG, Sustainable Development Goal 9. Okay, which aims at infrastructure development. So SDG 9 and inclusive development. We should mention these 2 points in conclusion. I hope I gave a comprehensive view of the infrastructure. And any queries, please. Sir, online students doubts है online. Yes. Sir, is it okay? If you have any doubts, please ask me. So this is so far core topics are from the current affairs point of view, which were there in the news. So this is all about current affairs section. Okay. Next, let me talk about GS3 security issues. Security issues, very important topics. There will be minimum 3 questions every year in mains, or 1 or 2 questions in prelims. So there is no clear demarcation between pre and mains. They can ask prelims topics in mains topics in prelims, but we should know how they are asking it. Okay. So in case of security issues, I have taken border and border management is the topic now. First topic, border and border management. So before we get into this border management, we should know what is border. Usually everyone, we are aware that we know what is border. Okay. So actually we need to give an example. We can quote like Indo-Pakistan and Indo-Bangladesh, or any one of them, or any other examples. Then there are different types of borders. Okay. Mainly, yeah, that is one. Okay. Okay. In terms of international borders, we have 2 main borders: land boundary, then maritime border. There is one more concept called space. Okay, we have aerospace, space about 100 kilometers. We call it as space. which is belongs to Indian territory. Okay, the airspace which is above the Indian mainland. So this is a negligible boundary, but land boundary and maritime boundary are very important. So in case of land boundary and its nature, we should know the nature of the boundary and challenges there are. India and its land boundary, India shares its land boundary with 7 other countries. So this number is very important. We should either introduce in our introduction, or this fact may help us in prelims. They can ask, India shares its land boundary with 6 countries. Wrong. It's seven countries. So we should know this basic fact. So what are those 7 countries? Yeah, Bhutan, Nepal, China, Afghanistan, Myanmar, one more, Pakistan. Okay. So if we go by left side to right side, first land boundary is Indo-Pakistan. So here actually we need to understand the nature of the boundary. This very important. So this will lead us to study different aspects of the internal security, how they are posing challenges to internal security, how they are linked to organized crimes. For example, drug trafficking. Drug trafficking is more rampant in this Indo-Pakistan border. So therefore we need to understand the nature of the boundary. So this international border between India and Pakistan starts from Gujarat till J&K. I mean presently Ladakh. So its nature is varies from different climatic regions to different landforms. For example, it starts from Sar Creek in Gujarat, which is marshy land, which is of sea salinity, which has sea salinity. So different kind of land. It's one kind of nature. Then if we move forward, we'll go to Rajasthan, where it great Thought Desert, very hot. In summer it may reach 55 plus degrees Celsius. It's very hot. Then if we move forward, we'll move to J&K, where the Himalayas very cold in winter, which is in minus degrees Celsius. So this is the overview of the land for nature of the land boundary between India and Pakistan. So this is a basic concept, but this information will help us to understand the how this kind of land border nature will lead us to Indian security and their different implications. This is one. And there is again LOC, line of actual control, where POK, Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and LAC, line of actual control, between India and China. This is different aspect. So I'm not getting into those kind of details. And if I come to second country, Afghanistan, about 104 kilometers we share border with Afghanistan, but actually this comes under the POK, Pakistan occupied Kashmir. So therefore we are not having direct connection to the Afghanistan, since it's in POK. So therefore we are developing a chopper port from Iran, thereby we are getting connection to Central Asia. So this is one view. Secondly, China is very important. China, recent developments for around 8 months we engaged militarily at different junctions in Ladakh, and in 2018-19 I think this one Sikkim Doklam issue was also there. So anyways, that is one different issue, but the boundary and its nature of the the most of the boundary nature of the Indo-China is mountainous, forest and riverine. Okay, you should remember these 3 points. And again, if you come to Nepal again, it's porous border. River in boundaries are also there. For example, River Kali, which which is the border between India and Nepal. And Bhutan, same, almost one or the other way. This has also the same nature of the border, which we have with Nepal. And one more important country is Myanmar. Myanmar, why is important? Why India and Myanmar border is very important for us? It's because of insurgency. This area is affected with insurgencies. For example, lava insurgencies. Okay, this is very headache issue with us in the northeastern states. So the nature of the boundary is hilly areas, first and the foremost, hilly areas and the forest, a thick forest. Okay, so these two nature of the boundaries poses different challenges to Indian security aspects. Yeah, Bangladesh. So river in nature, porous border, and hilly areas and thick forest. So these 4 points, these 4 factors are causing issue with India and Bangladesh border. Okay, so this is the brief introduction. Brief nature of the India and its neighboring borders. Okay. So then, if I move forward, maritime border. Tell me, from how many countries India shares its maritime border? Yes, madam. Maritime border. Okay, this is the India map. We share our border with maritime border with Sri Lanka, Maldives. This is Maldives, Lakshadweep. Okay, where we share, where we share our maritime border. Okay. If there is a question on this topic, we should mention diagrams. Map. So we should also mention land boundary map with other some countries. So it will give more weightage to your answer. So this is one. We share maritime border with these two countries. But one more, we need to understand one more aspect in this case. So like how we classified our territorial waters, contiguous waters, and other sea waters. Okay. Yes, madam. Tell me. Yeah. Yeah, 12 nautical miles from the mainland. Okay, assume that this is 12 nautical miles. This is called as territorial water under the UNCLOS, United Nations Convention on the Law of the Seas. Okay, so under which it has classified 3 main classification of the water bodies. 12 nautical miles territorial water. Territorial means yes. It means it also means that the laws which are made by the parliament are also directly affecting to this 12 nautical miles. Okay, this is called as territorial waters. The next 12 nautical miles from this territorial water. Okay, now this is called as contingent zone. Contingent zone. Then from the mainland to 200 nautical miles. Exclusive economic zone, EEZ. After that, ICS. After that, ICs. ICs under the control of United Nations. So this is brief classification of the maritime boundary of India. Is it okay? Is it okay? If you have any queries, please ask me. Yeah. Yes, sir. Sir, actually, there was a convention, okay, which is called as United Nations Convention on Law of Seas. Law of Seas. No, we should govern seas with some laws. Otherwise, international some rogue countries may get into may get into their hands. For example, China. This is what happening with the South China Sea. Okay, they're not following this close, this convention agreements. Okay, so therefore they're claiming whole South China Sea as China's. So then, in that convention, it is decided that we should have clear clarification on the maritime boundaries. So therefore, from mainland boundary. So I mean, one thing I would also like to say that there is a baseline. There is a concept called baseline. Okay, so from that baseline to 12 nautical miles. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಮುದ್ರದೊಳಗೆ 12 nautical miles ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಸಿ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಸಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗೋದನ್ನ ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ನಾಟಿಕಲ್ ಮೈಲ್ಸ್ ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಆ ಬೇಸ್ ಲೈನ್ ಇಂದ 12 nautical miles into the sea. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಯಾ ಟೆರಿಟೋರಿಯಲ್ ಝೋನ್. Territorial means the laws which are made in the parliament are also applicable to this area. Okay, 12 nautical miles. So sir,
Baseline is fixed.
ma'am, actually, yeah. See, mainland territory is like jigsaw, like somewhere inside, somewhere outside, like this. Okay,
How they are fixed?
yeah, that's what I'm telling. So to overcome all these kind of issues, they just draw linear lines like this. Okay, now these are these are ignored parts. So this is called as baseline. So this is applicable to all countries across the world. So from this baseline, 12 nautical miles, next 12 nautical miles, then 200 nautical miles, exclusive economic zone. Okay, now then high seas, where United Nations will take care of it. If we need to dig any mining in high seas, we need to take permission from the seabed authority of United Nations. Okay, now so this is the basic maritime boundary classification. And we have 7516 kilometers of this maritime boundary, 7516 kilometer. This fact is important for every point of view. Is that okay? Yeah. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ 2 ತರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಬೌಂಡ್ರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮ್ಯಾರಿಟೈಮ್ ಬೌಂಡ್ರಿ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಯಾ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ರೇಸ್ಡ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ಬಾಂಗ್ಲಾದೇಶ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ದೇ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕ್ಲೈಮಿಂಗ್ 12 nautical miles, next 12 nautical miles and 200 nautical miles. So there are some areas which are merging with each other. We are claiming, okay, this is our boundary, they are claiming this is our boundary. Okay, this dispute is there with even Pakistan. Okay, because since it's merging, and also we will find the same issue with Sri Lanka also, because it's been merging. Okay, now overlapping. So this is an issue with this kind of boundaries. Okay. So I hope I gave clear picture of boundary and boundary management. But this is just basic understanding of the boundary. Okay, so far which I have given. Border management is very important. If they ask questions in UPSC mains, they'll ask from this section, border management. Okay, so once we understand the nature of the border, so border management will become handy. Okay, now since we have different challenges with land boundary and maritime boundary. Okay, due to their nature of the border and the management and its management, and also hostile relationship with neighbors. For example, Pakistan and China, a very hostile relationship with them. Okay, for example, terrorism, big issue, and also incursions from the Chinese side. We have seen the recent developments. So these are the very challenging aspects as far as border management is concerned. And apart from this, we have climatic conditions. As I earlier said that desert very hot in summer. In winter, it's very cold to border, guard our border in the case of Himalayan states. So these are the challenges we face with border management. And also with respect to these two, one more compounded factor is criminal activities. As I told that drug trafficking, which is very heinous activity either side of the borders, like northeastern states, where we call it as golden triangle. In case of Pakistan, Afghanistan and Iran, we call it as golden crescent. So these are the compounding factors which are posing big challenges to Indian border management and its internal security. So I think these are the three important points we are having challenges with Indian border management. Okay, so these are the challenges we are facing. Then what is the strategy to deal with it? We must have strategy, should deal with it. Can you please name like one or 2 points? No, you need not to know before this of these things. You should think and tell me. This is what I am expecting from you. When you think, then it will remember you. Then you will write it in the examination. That's important. Okay, this is the nature of the boundary. We should deal with it. Then what is the strategy? Sir, treaties. Yeah, we can add that point in diplomatic point of view. Treaties, fine. Then sir, actually, as I earlier said that we should deal with all aspects. For example, human resources like army and other police forces. In they are not actually, sometimes they are not guarding, they are not committed to their works. This negligence will lead us to will lead like some miscreants enter into the Indian territory, for example, terrorist activities. Okay, so this is one of the factors, and we need to improve their skill, improve their vigilance skills. So this is one of the factors, so we need to bring in. So next is that fencing. This is very important point. Fencing, is it fencing possible from all the boundaries? No, it's not possible. So we should go for different methods, right? Sir, actually there is a committee called Madhukar Gupta committee, which was constituted by the government of India, which are given its recommendations, actually, which is constituted to deal with India-Pakistan border. India-Pakistan border. He gave very comprehensive recommendations. Okay, once you get the time, you just go through after the class. Okay, in detail. to understand the Madhukar Gupta committee recommendations. So keeping in mind that different nature of the border, he advised the government to go for different methods. For example, sir, we to deal with the different nature of the border, like for example, Sir Creek, okay, Marcy land, okay, it's very unfriendly to to God all the time, okay. So appropriate measures are needed to deal with this kind of issue. For example, no laser fencing is possible. Laser fencing. So with advanced technology, so laser fencing is very much possible. Okay. Or it's again depending upon the nature of the border, we need to adopt appropriate methods. Sometimes we need to go for building walls, physical walls. Sometimes laser walls by using this kind of technology. So this is what is United States of America with its Mexican border is going to, like, they're going to establish laser walls. Okay, now. So this will help us to reduce human efforts in case of adversities of climates. So, so that we need to bring in different measures according to the need of the border. Similarly, if we deal with Indo-Bangladesh border, challenges are different. Okay, no, exactly opposite to what we are dealing with Pakistan border. So where we need to, in Indo-Bangladesh border, we need to bring in different measures like fencing of laser wall, then night vigilance mechanism. Actually, there is an issue called cattle smuggling and migration. To deal with this kind of issues, we need to go for different measures. Okay, so just to know, these are the factors. One more important point is institutional factors. Okay, there is not a proper coordination between different different authorities, different organizations. For example, IB, RA, they must share their intelligence with army personnel. Okay, so this coordination is lacking. So this is one of them. So recently, Government of India has established Chief of Defense Staff. Chief of Defense Staff. Okay, so this is recommended by the Cargill Review Committee to establish CDS. The main aim of this CDS is to coordinate among different wings of the defense forces. Yeah, then these 3 to 4 important strategies we need to bring in to have better management of our borders. So, and when we conclude our answers, I recommend you all to incorporate Cargill Review Committee. Okay, Cargill Review Committee in case of conclusion. So Cargill Review Committee under the chairmanship of K. Subramanian. Okay, K. Subramanian has recommended numerous recommendations to deal with border management. Okay, just we need to bring in Cargill Review Committee. So in the what context you are bringing doesn't matter, but if you mention Cargill Review Committee recommendations in the conclusion point, so this will be the evaluation. Okay, this will help you to get good marks. Okay, this is all about border management. I just gave, I didn't get into deeper in some cases with the passage of time. So this is overall view of the border management. So knowing this, knowing this background information, next aspect is how this kind of border management will influence internal securities and its challenges in India, and there how it linked to different security challenges like drug trafficking and others. Okay, so this is everything is interlinked. So this is just basic information. Then if we talk about internal security, then these things will help us. Okay, so this is all about border and border management. So there is one more topic in security issues, which is security forces. Security forces. Okay, this is a different topic. So we need to establish security of the country, right? Security, overall security. If there is a war outbreak between India and China, we need to ensure Indian security. I mean, in India's security. Okay, na? So in what angles? So we should deal with it. Security. So again, this is what I'm emphasizing you to know about different angles. We should ensure no land area, okay, sea area, then air. Okay, so when we ensure this security together, so this will help us to have comprehensive security, which no enemy country can intrude in. So therefore we established Indian Army, land-based, Indian Air Force, air-based, and Navy, water-based. Okay, so these are the possibility areas enemy country can attack us. So therefore we establish this kind of defense forces. So this is just background of security forces, and why should we aim at establish these three forces only. So this is the basic information. And one more point is space-based war system is evolving. Space-based. For example, there are cyber security. I mean, cyber things of Indian belongings are in the space. Okay, so we should also protect them. So recently, Government of India has tested that mission Shakti. Okay, so it's called as anti-satellite mission. So okay, this is all about brief introduction about the nature of the security of India. So in what way we need to think of it, and also we should not ignore islands. For example, if there is a war outbreak between India and China, we should also think of Indian islands. For example, Andaman Nicobar should also ensure their security. Okay, so to secure our Indian territorial integrity and sovereignty, we have this kind of forces 1, 2, 3. Then under the headlines, so this is one: land boundary, land-based, water-based, and air. Okay, army, Navy, and Air Force. First point. Second point is intelligence-based agencies. I mean, intelligence agencies. Third one is investigating agencies. So there was a question in 2019 mains about National Investigating Agency. Okay, so this is a very important topic. So third point is investigating agencies. So these are the security forces in India in broad view. So if we get into one by one in detail, firstly, land-based forces. we need to talk about. That is army, first and the foremost army, okay, which will ensure all weather, no, all time, all weather Indian security at any cost. Then this is under the head of it, okay, land based. Then border wise, we have different security forces. Border wise, for example, India-Pakistan border, we have BSF, Border Security Force. Okay, Border Security Force. Then India-China border, ITBP, Indo-Tibetan Border Police. ITBP. Second point. Third, SSB. It's called Sashastra Seam Bal. Okay, which guards India-Nepal and India-Bhutan border. SSB, Bhutan. Okay, third. Fourth is Assam Rifles. This is oldest police force in the country. So these facts will help you in your prelims. Assam Rifles. This is oldest police force in the country. So which guards northeastern border of India and China and also Myanmar. Assam Rifles. Then BSF with India-Bangladesh border. BSF. Then we have reserve police forces, CRPF, Central Reserve Police Force, CRPF, Central Reserve Police Force. Okay. Then Central Industrial Security Force, CISF, Central Industrial Security Force, CISF. Okay. So these 7 forces were previously called as Paramilitary Forces of India. Okay, Paramilitary Forces of India. Now they are called as Central Armed Police Forces. Central Armed Police Forces, CAPF. So along with these 3 these points, one more security force is National Security Guard, NSG. Very important force. This is also called as Black Cats. So their uniform is completely black. Okay, so when 2011 Mumbai attack was happened, this NSG came into force, came into rescue. So this is just brief like introduction about the security, nature of the security in India and security forces with the different heads. Then if I come to intelligence agencies, so like these kind of forces we have, we should have intelligence forces. Very important, very important intelligence. Without intelligence, it's very difficult to deal with different criminal activities in India, especially terrorism. So for this we have IB, Intelligence Bureau for internal security of India, for internal matters, India's internal matters. First one is IB. This is Intelligence Bureau. Second one is RA, Research and Analysis Wing. Research and Analysis Wing. Okay, so these two are the intelligence agencies in India. IB with respect to internal matters, I mean internal security aspects. Then RA, Research and Analysis Wing, is for external agency, external intelligence. For example, to gather intelligence with respect to Pakistan, China, and other countries. Okay, these two are the intelligence agencies. Then investigating agencies, third point, investigating agencies. So in which we have two important agencies called as NIA, National Investigating Agency. National Investigating Agency. Number two, CBI, Central Bureau of Investigation. Okay, there was a mains question in 2020, not 2019 means IAS means about this NIA. Okay, government of India has brought amendments to NIA Act, so therefore there was a question on this NIA. So okay, this is all about security forces in India. Just I didn't get into deeper analysis. Just I gave an overview of this security forces. But in conclusion, you should also mention Cargill Review Committee. Okay, there will be 2 to 3 questions or 3 to 4 questions from internal security issues. I mean security issues. We should mention Cargill Review Committee at least in one question. Cargill Review Committee in conclusion. Okay, this committee has also recommended to bring reforms with Indian forces, Indian security forces. Is it clear? If you have interest, please. Actually, we need to discuss in detail with IB, RA, CBI, and all. Okay, so it's already 2 o'clock. He gave me just 90 minutes, so I covered what I intended to. Sir, in doubts? If you have any doubts, please ask me. So I'll take just 2 minutes. I want to say something. So if we want to clear civil services examination, either in KPSC or in UPSC, we should bear 2 things in mind. First and the foremost, we should know the syllabus for pre and mains. Okay, this is key to succeed. So many people thought that there is no syllabus for UPSC. They have well-defined syllabus for pre and mains. Probably you might know syllabus for mains, but not for pre as precise. There's a syllabus for prelims also. We should know the syllabus. First point. Second is old question papers. Old question papers are the Bible. Like syllabus and old question papers are the Bible. Okay, we should well acquaint with these 2 issues. I mean these 2 things. So once we know syllabus and old question papers, we should know very early, but not at the cost of 2 to 3 years. So that is a disaster. Okay, we should know before our preparation begins. So then we'll able to understand what is UPSC and how they ask the questions and all. So actually I mentioned challenges, steps taken by government and way forward almost in all topics which I explained, especially in men's point of view topics, because in each paper or let's say GS3, there will be questions around uh, uh, yeah, there will be question around 12 to 15. Like you should mention challenges, steps taken by the government and way forward. You should mention. Unless we mention, answer is not comprehensive and it's not completed, and you won't fill the pages. They will provide 3 pages for 20 markers. If you mention these 3 points, so it will fill the page and it will be value addition to your answers, and it's comprehensive. Moreover, HVPC wants a comprehensive person, not single dimension, 2 dimensions. So this is what I wanted to say. I think I explained what I needed to. If you have any queries, please ask me. So this class is over.